Well, it's interesting because, like, I don't know how long Spooky Island has been there.
Right.
Because Mr. Bonnevier, he's a real guy who Scrappy, like, put in a hole.
He's been locked in a hole for 2 years.
Yeah, so it's like Scrappy has been him for 2 years. So it's like the park was already there for however long. And then Scrappy just ran a theme park for like 2 years, which is really funny. He's a fucking dog, too.
Welcome back to Reel It In, Fishing for Favorites. My name is Will.
And I'm Tucker.
And he's Tucker. Today we are with one of our good friends, Macee. Macee, how do you know us?
How do I know you?
How do you know us?
Yes.
I know you guys from college.
College.
Our college days, 8 years ago?
Stop.
College.
I mean, what, like 6 months ago?
It was so recent.
It was so recent that we did that.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And I love that for us.
And I love that.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
went on a fall break trip to New Orleans. You guys remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I do remember that, yeah.
Insert picture here.
But yeah, we're friends.
We were so young, but it was only last week.
We changed so much.
I was straight then.
No, you weren't.
I had to think. I was like, was Will straight then?
No, very much not.
No.
Fishing for Favorites is a series that we do with our friends where we try to figure out, like, what is your favorite film?
You want me to say it right now?
No, I don't want you to.
Okay.
I don't want you to.
No, yeah, we are looking for the list of films that are near and dear to the people who are near and dear to us. You know, everybody knows what's supposed to be your favorite movie.
Yeah, you got your Schindler's List. You've got your Shawshank Redemption.
You got Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
Absolutely.
Everybody's always telling you that you have to like Mr. Emporium's Wonder Emporium.
And you know what? And I tell them I do. I do like it.
And yeah, of course, I love The Godfather.
Of course, I love the B movie.
Cinema.
But speaking of cinema, would you consider yourself a cinephile?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, I do love watching a good movie and talking about it and getting into the nitty-gritty of, like, sometimes it'd be like, ooh, the meaning, like, wow, this is really well shot. This is like a beautiful screenplay, blah, blah, blah. But I also just love turning my brain off and watching a movie and be like, bright lights and colors. And it's awesome.
Totally.
You have a Letterboxd account.
I do have a Letterboxd account, and the movie we're watching is one of my top 4.
Okay. What is your highest rated, or no, not your highest rated, but what's your most liked review on Letterboxd? Do you know?
I can check.
Yeah, I was like, I have.
Can we get a researcher Cameron to check?
Yeah, researcher Cameron.
He's coming for your
I
ass.
think it's Impractical Jokers, the movie.
What'd she say?
I think I mentioned Will Ferrell in it. I think it was a genuine review.
Wait, we want her most liked review?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that not it? What were you reading?
Here, I got it.
What were you reading?
Oh, Shang-Chi.
I think it's yeah.
Like, if bad guy, then why DILF?
If bad guy, then why do?
The dad in Shang-Chi was hot.
You got 7 likes, which is an incredible feat.
Yeah, what can I say?
I know. You're basically a celebrity.
If bad guy, why DILF?
But is there one film you would consider yourself a cinephile for? Like, the film. What is that film?
Like the one we're going to talk about today?
No, bitch.
Like that I just like...
This movie.
This movie? This movie has stayed with me through my childhood and has forced me to become who I am today. Today we're going to be talking about the live-action Scooby-Doo movie from 2002.
2002. Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Which is interesting because it's not called the live-action Scooby-Doo movie, but everybody refers to it as such.
Yeah, which is funny because the other one gets to be Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed.
And this one is like, it should just be Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
But there's so many Scooby-Doo movies. This is the live-action one.
Yeah. When did you first see this?
Straight out the womb.
So you're born in 2002?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, but I remember it being a kid and watching it, and I watched it on repeat, and then getting into adulthood to be one of those, be like, oh my God, do you remember that movie? And then we would sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
And now I think I watch it probably every 6 months.
Wow.
It's
that's
it's
incredible.
truly a comfort movie for me.
Yeah, what did it mean to you growing up as a kid? Did it was it one of your favorites as a kid, or did it become a favorite because of watching it as a kid?
I think it was always one of my favorites because I was also just a Scooby-Doo kid. It's like we had all of like because at this point it was What's New Scooby-Doo was the series that was happening.
Bro, that shit
And so we
rocked.
had like all of those on DVD. We had the movies, The Cyber Chase, Zombie Island.
Is that
Yes.
what's in Scooby-Doo?
Zombie Island's
Coming
great.
after you.
That's the What's New Scooby-Doo?
Okay. This is something I was wondering when we were watching Scooby-Doo. When did Scooby-Doo become pop punk and like ska adjacent? As
It was What's New Scooby-Doo.
It has to.
Because
It
before
is.
that, it was the Scooby-Doo-Doo.
it was groovy.
Where are you?
And then at some point we have like Sugar Ray is in the band.
Sugar Ray
the
is in this movie, yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Sugar Gay.
Sugar Gay.
But there was also Scooby-Doo the Pup Ears. Do you remember this?
Oh, a pup named Scooby-Doo.
A pup named Scooby-Doo.
I'm very well aware of a
Which
pup named
was
Scooby-Doo.
Culturally important love.
1988. Yeah,
Yeah.
1988.
It was a.
was like-
I remember watching it on Cartoon Network.
You remember watching it on Cartoon Network?
A pup named Scooby-Doo.
Pup named Scooby-Doo.
Not very pop punk though.
No.
No.
I think that was like the last gasp of the groovy Scooby-Doo, because What's New Scooby-Doo came out in 2002.
Now listen here.
So it started the era.
It started the era. So could we say that live action Scooby-Doo started punk pop? Punk pop?
Because Sugar Ray
Pup
was in this movie,
rock.
it's all coming together.
Did you grow up watching Scooby-Doo like before this film, and this film was like your parents were like, let's watch this movie?
Yeah, I think it was always loved the cartoon growing up, and then at some point it's like, and now we just have the DVD of the live action, and then yeah. I was like, do we have the VHS of it? Because I think it's like we grew up during the realms where it's like you could have a DVD and a VHS of something. Because I remember I had the VHS of Haunted Mansion. Because I always fast forward during the crypt scene because that shit is scary.
This is the kind of movie where like you have like multiple copies of it too.
Yeah, to where it's like it's just floating around.
This was for us a car movie. We had a little car
It's
DVD
such a
player.
car movie.
Totally.
This, I remember seeing the opening of this movie like maybe like 200 times.
Did you have in your car? Did you have the built-in DVD player on the
Yeah.
roof?
Yeah. In like the back of like almost like a minivan type
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, same.
I felt like anytime I got into one of my friend's cars who had that, this film was in it.
I feel like the definitive.
You want to know
movies-
what's in mine?
What was in yours?
It's funny. It's the same director, Big Mama's House.
Big Mama's House.
Which is crazy that this is the same director, and we'll get into it because there is a Big Mama's House reference in this film.
Yes.
It's incredible. So when did you see this film?
Similar to Macee, I feel like I've always known this film. Like,
Yeah.
this has always been part of my life. Can't really say. I think we've just probably had like 4 DVD copies of it. It's omnipresent. I remember a lot of Scooby-Doo 2 because that was 2004. So like we were like 5 years
Yeah,
old.
getting more consciousness.
Yeah. So like I remember the Burger King commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a really big marketing push behind that film. Behind this movie too.
Yeah. 2002, I wasn't really watching that much TV.
I was not a cinephile at age 2.
I was not. I was what you would call a burgeoning cinephile, but my taste was just basic.
Absolutely. I was not allowed to see this movie.
Oh.
Because my parents were like, "No, this is not my Scooby-Doo." They did it because they didn't like the way it looked, and then it looked like there were like adult jokes in it. I wasn't allowed to watch Shrek,
Oh, okay. Then that tracks.
but
Shrek is also another good movie to watch in the back of a minivan.
oh yeah, definitely was. I wasn't allowed to watch Ants either. I remember specifically seeing this film for the first time because one of my friends brought over a book of DVDs.
Oh, having a book of DVDs. We had that. That's such a good memory.
And it was one of them. And so we watched it on a portable DVD player in my room in a fort that we built.
That's awesome.
And I was like, okay, this has some sex jokes in it. And that makes me uncomfortable because I'm a young, pure little boy.
Freaking heal about that.
I'm 6. I'm like 6.
Bro, I'm 6.
Maybe 7. But anyway, yeah, so I haven't seen this film since then, I think. So it definitely shaped a lot of my thoughts about this movie going into it. But
I've seen this movie a countless amount of times.
yeah,
Same. I could not say how many times I have seen this movie.
Yeah.
I was supposed to see it last Christmas because the Music Box did a 35 millimeter screening of Scooby-Doo
Bazinga.
for Christmas with a drag show performance before it. Should we jump into the captain's log?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Scooby-Doo 2002. The origination and development. The initial push for a live-action adaptation of the long-running The long-running Hanna-Barbera cartoon franchise began in 1994. By the end of the decade, bolstered by the cartoon's popularity and advances in digital animation, Warner Brothers fast-tracked the project. The director was hired in October of 2000. The screenplay is written by James Gunn. Also, the director is Raja Gosnell. The story was written by James Gunn and Craig Titley.
James Gunn, never heard of him?
You ever heard of this guy named James Gunn?
No,
You ever think about the fact that without this Scooby-Doo movie, you would not have seen that cute little Crypto the Super Dog this summer in that movie? In that movie, Superman 2025?
The earliest screenplay draft was written by Craig Titley. It was focusing on an origin story of how the Mystery Gang got met in college. But James Gunn took it and conceived it as a PG-13 parody, more risque, teen-oriented version of Mystery Inc. that was more similar to Austin Powers or Shrek or the Brady Bunch movie, which is the direct influence on this film. The Brady Bunch film was like one that was parodying the original.
Well, I've seen the Brady Bunch.
Okay, I was just making sure. Have you seen?
I have not seen the Brady Bunch movie.
Brady
It's
Bunch
raunchy.
is raunchy as hell. It's basically like, what if the kids from the 60s were just in the 90s and everybody made fun of them?
It's like the Addams
Oh.
Family.
Very much so.
Love the Addams Family.
The film was originally supposed to have a much darker tone, and there were explicit references to sexuality, some winks to Velma's sexual orientation. We'll talk to it. A lot more pot jokes, because of course. And in one early rumor incorporated into the early live action concepts was that Shaggy was supposed to be like a stoner, like full stop. And we see remnants of that very much so.
Absolutely.
That's
In
what I
this
call
movie.
toasted.
The core cast is hailed and continues to be hailed as the dream cast.
That is, in my notes, it said best casting ever, in my honest opinion.
Who do you think is the standout?
I think Matthew Lillard.
Of course.
Like, I mean, he continued to be Shaggy afterward because of how, like, good he did.
Truly incredible.
I
Insane.
think Matthew Lillard's like the obvious choice of the best cast, but Linda Cardellini as Velma
Absolutely
is
kills
like
it.
kind of
Rewatching it, her Velma voice is so funny.
Oh, it's great. She does it perfectly.
Ghost.
Wait. Why
Mr. Mondavarius.
Actually. Freddie Prinze Jr. is Fred Jones.
Icon.
yo, what's up, dog?
And dog.
Sarah Michelle Gellar as Daphne Blake.
That's Buffy the
Diva.
Vampire Slayer.
It
If
is.
you've ever heard of her?
Which is funny because I only watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer this past year.
Really?
So growing up
really?
watching this movie, I was like, that actress is so cool. She's flipping around. And now I'm like, I know where she gets that.
Yeah, no, literally.
I know why she can do those flips.
Wait,
Yes.
You watch Buffy?
Yeah, I'm not finished.
Okay, we gotta talk about it.
It's guys.
It's really
hey,
good.
shout out Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Hey,
Get ready to go.
Hey,
Shout.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, all seasons, really good. It just keeps getting better.
It's really good.
Other people who were in this movie:
Other people who were in this movie.
Rowan Atkinson,
Mr. Bean.
Mr.
Mr.
Bean,
Bean.
Mr. Bean.
Miss O'Bean.
Neil Fanning provided the voice of Scooby-Doo,
Never
and
heard of him.
Isla Fisher, who was
Blonde Isla
unknown.
Fisher.
Yes, wild.
Which is crazy.
Mary Jane, Shaggy's love interest.
A wink.
A wink.
Mary Jane. Like, that's my favorite name.
Filming took place entirely in Australia, commencing on February 12th, 2001, and wrapping June 2001. So it took quite a long time. And it was filmed at an actual tropical resort in Australia and you can visit this place. It's called Tangalooma Island Resort on the Moreton Island. And the filming there took place 6 weeks. For CGI Scooby, the production used a life-sized stuffed animal or giant stuffed bag for the actors to interact with, relying heavily on Matthew Lillard's acting awareness, which he does a great job. Killed it. Originally, the film received an R rating. James Gunn has been saying that's because there was a misinterpretation of a joke by the MPAA, but it was actually later changed to PG-13 because of that. But the reason that it was re-edited was because they did a test screening in Scottsdale, Arizona with conservative parents. And that led to an internal scramble to remove all the edgy content, including all references to demon were changed to creature, and all references to soul were changed to protoplasm. Because there was religious pushback from those people who reviewed it. And
That's beautiful.
all that dialogue was changed in post-production using ADR.
And you
Interesting.
Can't tell.
And you can't tell.
Yeah,
There
you
is
really can't.
a deleted scene that is people say it's because they were gonna push a Velma Daphne relationship on the
Yes.
side originally, and in this it's essentially just Velma says a very funny line where she is the creature is in her, so she's all like, hey, and then she's like, Daphne goes into the bathroom and there's a bunch of ladies just dancing.
Yeah.
And then she's like, what are you doing, Velma? And she's like, I'm trying to get my swerve on with my ladies. It's really funny.
It's a very
But
funny
it's
scene.
oddly not sexual, but it's the way they are looking at each other is crazy.
It feels like a different movie.
Yeah, it definitely was cut for a reason.
Yeah,
But I think about getting my swerve on with my ladies all the time.
of course. Speaking of swerve on with your ladies, actress's cleavage was CGI'd out of the film because one audience member was like, too much boobage in this movie. Too
They're
much
on a
boobies.
beach. Oh,
And if I had a time machine,
There's-
that's what I would go back and do. Is I'd find that one audience member.
You want
and you'd Abraham Lincoln him
release
in
the
the theater.
boob cut? Release the boob cut.
Release the boob cut. I mean,
Release the boob cut.
Yeah.
And then, as you stated, there was a scene where Velma and Daphne exchanged a kiss so that their souls or protoplasms would be transferred back into each other's bodies. And that was cut by the studio.
bazinga.
Bazonga.
Release the Bazinga cut. The Bazonka cut.
Originally, the writers also were really struggling with who should be the mastermind behind all of this, the mastermind villain. And the ultimate, and it was originally supposed to be like an Old Man Smithers type, or the Luna Ghost, or an anonymous monster mastermind, like a brand new character. But no, they chose Scrappy-Doo because
Smart choice.
James Gunn hated the character
Bro,
so much.
I hate Scrappy-Doo. Scrappy-Doo, I'm glad you were found dead in Miami. I fucking hate you.
The film was released June 14th, 2002 by Warner Brothers. It cost $84 million to produce. How much do we want to say it made on its opening weekend?
You said how much did it cost? 84 million.
84 million for its opening weekend.
At least $10.
I'm gonna say 127 million.
Nope, $54 million.
Aw.
I'm so sorry. But it went on to gross $275 million worldwide and was considered a surprise hit because of how negative the reviews were. They're saying
They're
that
wrong.
they are very wrong. Roger Ebert gave one of the most insane reviews.
What is he saying about this?
What?
You don't want to hear it, maybe.
Oh, this movie exists in a closed universe, and the rest of us are aliens. The internet was invented so that you can find someone else's review of Scooby-Doo. Start surfing.
If you
Yes.
have nothing good to
When
say,
I have
don't
something
say
I wanna
it.
say.
Exactly.
I'll say that.
But audiences love this movie. Audiences love this movie.
Yeah, they did.
Me.
It gave it a B+ on Cinema Score. And there were a lot of cultural and political analysis of this film.
Political.
Political. It was released less than a year after 9/11, and some analyses suggest the film satirizes post 9/11 fear
'Cause there's a plane in it?
tactics.
It lands safely.
Well, they say that the mystery gang reunites to investigate a resort owner who is exploiting guests via fear and mind control, interpreted as an allegory for the U.S. government exploiting public anxiety to justify increased control, surveillance, and military spending.
Yeah, I would have said that same thing if you would have just let me.
Tucker was literally about to say that.
The final
That was my take I had written down.
Well, did you do this? The final twist, revealing Scrappy-Doo as the true manipulative mastermind, mirrors how those in power often misrepresent their motives.
Yeah, I had Shaggy as Dick Cheney.
Yes.
Yeah,
Scrappy as
yeah.
Bush.
Yeah.
And then got a sequel, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, released Scooby-Doo 2, which was released in 2004. The director, Raja Gosnell, returned and stated that this was a completely different process because they had already established the tone of the film and knew what it was going to be going into it. Unfortunately, that film did fail, and the third film in this trilogy was canceled.
What?
I know.
Heartbreaking.
There's gonna be
But
3?
there were going to be 3.
I'm gonna be sick.
But we should probably dive into
Let's dive into
this
it.
movie
Okay.
because God damn.
We looked up. There was an alternate opening that had like an animated intro that literally led up to the opening scene where Daphne gets kidnapped by the Luna Ghost. We do have this iconic opening scene with the Luna Ghost, who I would venture to say is the best movie mask since Ghostface. in
Honestly,
Scream.
the costume for it,
The
like with the
Luna Ghost
helium.
in this movie
Yeah.
is so fucking cool.
I mean, all the costume design in this movie is like
It's pretty great.
is awesome. Even like background characters on Spooky Island, it's like
And
people were dressed.
Yeah, here like we're seeing like the mystery gang. They're supposed to be in their prime, but like the mission is going poorly. Nobody's communicating with each other. They've really fallen into their shticks of what it is that they do here. There's a part where Shaggy says, "I'm just the dude who holds the bags," and I'm like, "Is that how Shaggy feels about himself in the mystery gang? That's really fucking sad."
Stand up,
Stand up, man. You're a founding member.
Norville Rogers. Stand up. Shaggy name drop.
Shaggy and Fred aren't brothers, are they? They're just like friends.
No,
Okay. You know a lot about Scooby-Doo? Laura?
I need you to know. I do know a lot.
Okay, cool.
I know all of their last names.
Tell us what you think about this cold opening.
I love it. I think like it is a fun throwing you into an actual like a Scooby-Doo episode to where it's like it is like all the characters doing their tropes.
Yeah.
Daphne gets caught. Fred comes up with a plan.
I do a tremendous amount of teamwork.
I love it because it's and then Velma's just like bro, and then Shaggy and Scooby mess up the plan in a way that makes it all work, which is like a classic thing.
Always
And
does.
it's like they tripped over the thing, but actually they're gonna tie up the ghost with it now. And to where like truly they mess up spectacularly to where it's like they solve it and it all is like a happy ending. They say there's so many times in this movie where I wrote down I was like they said the line, they said meddling kids. Like stuff like that to where it was like the unveiling of it. So it's like you get like a classic Scooby-Doo episode right from the get-go, and then it's shocked like rewatching it, it's kind of weird like, oh my god, they broke up.
Yeah, they break up really quick. It's like the end of a movie already.
I also love how they have like their cars are there at the factory. Like they all
Yeah.
drove separately, and then also the van is there, and they all have cars that match them. Like Daphne has a purple car, like Velma has like a smart like orange car, and
Well,
there's like whenever they walk out, they just go to their
Yeah.
separate cars.
You think after a while they got sick of showing up everywhere smelling like weed, and they were like, "Fucking- "All right,
like-
Shaggy,
So
Scooby,
you take the
you
van.
take your own car."
Take my own car.
Yeah. We gotta like make public appearances. They're like on the news a lot. It seems like they're like public icons.
They are. How old do we think they are in this movie?
I think
$1.30.
definitely, yeah. Well, I think 25. I think because it's like they've been doing it enough, like long enough to where they have a following, they have like all this stuff, and they also have the bravado of being young, especially like Fred and stuff being like, yeah, I did all this by myself kind of thing. And then when we see them again, definitely kind of like later 20s
Yeah.
kind of thing, being like, yeah, I've been doing my own stuff, and they're able to like reconcile with each
Yeah.
other.
There's
so I
a
definitely think
2-year
mid-20s.
time jump.
Yeah, mid-20s, and then yeah, they're like 27.
27 by the
But when the movie happens,
when the move actually begins.
yeah, it's like I wrote down the ages of the actors while they were doing this.
Damn.
because
What
I
were
thought
they?
it was interesting. Well, most of them, Sarah Michelle Gellar was 23,
Okay.
Freddie Prinze Jr. was 25, Linda Cardellini was 25, and Matthew Lillard was 31, 32, I
goodness.
think.
Wow.
So it's like, because like watching it, I was like, wow, they're like young.
But you know what? That makes so much sense for Shaggy's character too, because if you think about it, if they met in high school, he was probably held back. This guy, the stoner guy, was like, just
There
like,
was a joke in some Scooby-Doo media that was that Shaggy sorry, my Scooby-Doo lore. That Shaggy was held back at some point because he was the only one that had a driver's license.
oh,
And so that's why he has the van.
that's so.
What
right.
Scooby-Doo media?
Fred's hair, crazy before the time jump.
Yeah.
And what about a bleaching tone?
Honey, we never heard of the tone.
He didn't know what the tone.
Oh yes.
We get the Pamela Anderson cameo where she shows up.
I love, now that growing up and then finding out who Pamela Anderson was, I was like, I love that she's here. This is awesome. But growing up, obviously, like it's being a kid watching it, I didn't know who that was.
No.
My parents did. And they
Yeah.
were probably like, what is Pamela Anderson doing here? But she looks great.
She looks great.
Yeah, and it's crazy considering like who she is like today, and like kind of like how like what she represents nowadays, and like it is kind of jarring when you see her in 2002 mode, and it's like holy shit, that was Pamela.
Or even like
Anderson.
back then, because back then I think she was like known not like solely, but like pretty much like sex symbol, like that is
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
who
for
she is. And then yeah,
Baywatch.
to randomly be in a kid's movie.
And to now it's
funny.
like Pamela
Yeah.
Anderson in the Criterion Closet.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
Yeah, exactly. She's great. She's great in this.
Iconic. Yeah, the gang splits up. They break up. Maybe I was gonna quit. We cut to 2 years later, and Shaggy and Scooby are smoking in the back of the van, but they're smoking meats. Ah,
Bro,
talk about toasted.
it's one of the many stoner jokes in the movie.
It's great. It's great.
They're subtle. You know. All of a sudden there's a knock on the van, and it's like Scooby and Shaggy, the detectives, we're looking for you. And Shaggy's like, let's take the burgers and let's sneak out of the back.
Get
of the
out of
van.
here.
Which is funny because they're like knocking on the side of the van, and they're like, we're gonna sneak
And then they just exit through the door.
Yeah.
they're given an invitation to go to Spooky Island. That's where Shaggy goes.
They do a really funny bit where I had to look up what hydrocolonic means. But they're like, yeah, we don't go anywhere that has spooky, creepy, scary in the name. And then Skimmy goes, hydrocolonic. And then he's like, yeah, and that's for an entirely different reason, man. And I know hydrocolonic means a medical procedure done to clear waste from the large intestine. So the fact that they included that, which is very funny. It's insane that I've always had hydrocolonic in my repertoire of like, I know that it's a word.
Yeah.
And I knew it because of the movie, but I never knew what it meant until I Googled it.
It's a very smart joke.
It's a very smart, because it's like they eat a
Yeah.
lot.
And then they go, we'll pay for your travels. And they go, pass. And they
Pass.
go, it's all you can eat. And they're like, all you can eat?
Red.
I noticed at this time where they were like they batted an eye at $10,000.
Yeah, he was like, we're not really into that whole materialism thing. It's like, period.
Unless the
Cool.
material is food.
Yeah.
We also talk about how the burgers they were making are some of the best looking burgers I've ever seen.
And it was an
in
eggplant
my life,
burger.
dude.
An eggplant burger.
Eggplant burger.
Those were eggplant burgers?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
eggplant.
What?
Is Matthew Lillard vegan?
I think there was a thing to
Oh.
where Scooby and Shaggy are vegetarians. Just as like a lot. I don't know if that was
Not
like for
my
this
Shaggy.
movie.
Shaggy is canonically
He's canonically vegetarian. Okay.
vegetarian.
That's why he likes Scooby snacks.
In What's New Scooby-Doo, Shaggy and Scooby are often seen eating vegetarian meals and sandwiches. The change to vegetarianism was made because the voice actor was vegetarian and later vegan.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Interesting.
Interesting.
It's 2 years later. They get the invitation for Spooky Island. They all meet back up at the airport. Fred has written a book, a memoir on his days in the mystery gang. Velma works at NASA developing missile defense.
Which is very funny.
We don't get a flashback for Daphne. Or
She's
Shaggy.
been training.
Training for what?
She says she's honing her body into a weapon
Yes,
Oh,
because
yeah.
she's tired
Sick
of being
and tired of being a damsel in distress.
damsel in
Yeah,
distress.
she's doing like Krav Maga. Totally ethical. This is where we see the Scooby-Doo Big Mama, where Scooby is dressed up as grandma, and Fred says, "Who's the ugly old broad?"
Which love, because I like that. I love it when Fred is shown as being kind of dumb.
Yeah,
Kinda.
it's just
I was giving him leeway.
It's the next movie that's the best because he goes, "I think Coolsville sucks." Oh, he says, "You guys just want to get me to say something crazy like I think Coolsville sucks," and then they clip it on the news, and it's just,
I think Coolsville sucks.
he's like, "Why would they do that?
They did that to me.
I can't believe
Really
it."
says a lot about media.
They're on Spooky Air. That's the airline.
Spooky
Yep.
air.
We meet Isla Fisher, whose name is Mary Jane.
mm-hmm.
She's cute as button. She's allergic to a dog, but that's okay because there's no dog on the plane.
It's just
just
grandma's perfume.
grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she loves eating Scooby snacks
Yeah, she also loves eating Scooby snacks.
because they're vegetarian.
Wow.
Which
Well,
is
I mean,
"Hey,
like,
girl."
aren't most cracker
Yeah, get a
snacks
snack
like
cookie.
yeah? If you give a mouse a cookie,
If you give a mouse a cookie, he's gonna go to a spooky island.
he's gonna go to the spooky island.
We land the plane
Safely.
Safely. Spooky Air is a reliable airline. On the port is where we meet Mr. Bean himself, Rowan Atkinson, who's Mr. What's his name?
Mondavarius.
Mondavarius.
Who's created the premier destination for college students on spring break?
Yes.
Which is crazy.
And he claims that he's hired the Mystery Inc. because the college kids are showing up like normal and they're leaving really weird and like they're like acting like robots and they're really stiff. And he said it's the people he loves the most.
You're
They're his
like
customers.
college students.
Odd.
Interesting.
Oh, are you tripping on me? Is a line that I wrote down.
Oh yeah, because it's like the people leaving are like buttoned up
Yeah.
and they're like very much like
And he's like, Sally, remember me? We have class together. And she goes, are you tripping on me? And lifts him up and fucking yucks him out.
he gets yucked.
What do we think happened to the people who did leave Spooky
I've
Island?
always thought about that because at the end of the movie, everything is
It's
okay.
Well, there's like an evil Coast Guard at one point in this movie that never gets explained.
Listen.
I grew up being very confused about the evil Coast Guard.
I don't trust the Coast Guard to this day because of this movie.
It's like they show up once and they're like, "There's a bunch of kids on the island that need help," and it's like a spooky, ominous lighting, and then they just laugh. They're like, and then they just stop laughing. And then it was like one of those words like they stop laughing and be like, "Yeah, let's go help,"
Yeah.
like kind of thing. No, it just cuts and it's like,
But
That's
they're
it.
definitely in on the cult.
Yes, definitely are.
My favorite joke in the movie is when there's a phone call at the tiki bar. And it's like, we got a phone call for Mr. Doo.
Melvin Doo?
No, Scooby.
I I do love the
Don't you
CGI
be
in this
rolling?
movie is like very like hit or miss with a lot of it.
Yes.
But for Scooby, they made him so expressive,
It's
and I love
great.
it so much.
He's so cute.
He really is cute. It really makes you appreciate Jar Jar Binks a little bit more
Sure,
because
man.
Jar Jar Binks, walked so that, Scooby could run.
I like Scooby.
I'll
better.
respect him.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
respect,
no, 100%.
I'll respect a Jar Jar.
Well, this is also where we get our first glimpse at like the weird demon dog monsters.
Yes,
Uh,
the Demodogs.
The Demodogs.
What
My
the
big
Demodog
hot
doing?
take this time is that think about how much better Scooby-Doo would be if those weird demon dogs were stop motion and not CGI.
Whoa.
But like Scooby-Doo is still CGI. He gets to be as is, but we get like weird little Rankin Bass.
That'd be kinda
really wiry
awesome.
Skeletons.
It would probably be very scary. Yeah, for kids. Yeah, definitely would be.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I was scared of the monsters when I was a kid.
I was always really scared of that one shot of Mary Jane on the back of their little
With the-
RTVs,
with- yeah.
and she gets her
Mary
face
Jane
hit.
a red and a mask.
Yeah, that part. That part.
Mary
was-
Jane is a man in a mask.
I'm also confused as to what is a part of this theme park and what is not a part of
I
this theme
literally made a list of things on this island.
park. Can you please detail what
I
is on
have
this
because I
island?
What's on
paused
the
it as
island?
it was like being like spooky island. We have a big ass coaster
Yeah,
Yes.
in the
which
back.
nobody goes on.
Nobody
Is
goes
that the
on.
one that's in the castle?
And then
or the
we
one that's
no,
No,
this is
that's
just like
abandoned.
in the
Oh,
background.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Then we get multiple swing rides. There's multiple ones where you just go up and you swing around. We get a water slide ride, which is like you're going out of the eyeballs of a giant
Right.
skull on the island, and it's a big water slide. And then we also get there's a giant mountain that just has a face on it,
Sure.
and on the top of it says Spooky Island. And then just like a small little random thing is that there's just a dinosaur like inflatable looking thing on the beach.
Well, and there's the rock climbing wall.
There's a random.
Wha-
It's like, what are you doing? And then there's also like, as they're arriving, Mr. Monteveres is announcing some of the things that are going to happen.
Yes, yes.
And he says the electrical torture parade. It's a play on "It's a Dead World After All." So I don't know what that entails. And then they talk about the Splatterhorn ride,
yeah.
and that. And then
These
they
are
go into
all
that night doing the Spookapalooza, or as
Yes.
Scooby says, Rookapalooza.
So definitely the Main Street Electrical Parade is what they're spoofing on
Yes.
for the parade, which is a Disneyland thing. You said the Splatterhorns, the Matterhorn.
The Matterhorn.
Matterhorn. It's a small world after all.
It's a dead world.
Dead world after all.
Do we think this theme park is lame?
No.
Yeah.
Whoa.
here's
How
my
do we
issue.
continue the pod?
Here's my issue. So Velma goes off and she finds like some natives doing like some kind of ceremony that is a part of the theme park, or is it not a part of the theme
It
park?
seems like there's people on the island that, like,
They work.
Nugu Tauna, who
the
is
voodoo.
the ball guy, who is like running like the main
Oh.
thing,
Yes.
and he seems to have lived on the island as some of the other people who work in the park do.
Sure.
And then there's the voodoo man, who
Is gay.
I read between the lines. He says Daphne that purple is a fall color. And he clocked her. He clocked her tea.
Clocked her tea.
And he was sacrificing a chicken that was already dead, which is very funny.
I love what she said.
Such
That
a
chicken's
good
dead.
joke.
He's like, what tipped it off? The part where he doesn't have a head.
Very funny character.
There's
but
a
yeah, he just
deleted
lives on the island. I think they came to this island, turned into a theme park, and then very like Hawaii style, had the native people just push the outskirts.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll get canceled if you move to Spooky Island?
Yeah, don't live there.
Don't
Guys,
live there.
don't move. Don't visit Spooky Island unless you're supporting local. And I said it.
So do we think that Scrappy inflicted the demons like on the natives?
Well, it's interesting because like I don't know how long Spooky Island has been there.
Right.
Because Mr. Motivator, he's a real guy.
Yeah.
Who Scrappy like
And he
put
says
in a
he's
hole.
been locked in a hole for 2 years.
Yeah, so it's like Scrappy has been him for 2 years. So it's like the park was already there for however long. And then Scrappy just ran a theme park for like 2 years, which is really fun. He's a fucking dog, dude.
Puppy.
Wait, does that mean they were
He has a gland disorder.
brainwashing people for 2 years too?
No, literally, yeah, I was like,
2 years worth of those like demon dogs being sent out into the planet?
yeah.
Yeah, that was maybe the third
Oh
film.
my god.
Going and tracking down.
I don't think they
everybody.
would have brought it back.
I'm joking.
Bro, it was a joke.
I was like,
Bro.
I don't think they really had a plan for that
No,
one, man.
they definitely didn't have a plan.
The third one had the Hex Girls in it.
Oh,
Could you imagine?
the live action Hex Girls.
Bark.
Bark.
So other things that happen, they go into that crazy castle, like you said. They're
Yes.
all finding like love and being a team again. Velma finds like a little pyramid relic that she believes is like something that is being used to harness these like souls, protoplasms. The scary man with the tattoos who lives on the island. What's his name?
Ngutauna.
Nguta Una plays the piano while Velma gets drunk and studies the relic. And this is where we get the Scrappy flashback. And here's my hot take. If Scooby-Doo was made today, Bradley Cooper would play Scrappy-Doo.
Bradley Cooper, he loves playing little freaks.
He would be
does.
Scrappy-Doo every day of the week. And I think it would have made the movie like 10 times better if Scrappy-Doo was played by Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
I agree.
I remember Scrappy-Doo being in this so much more as a kid. But he has
Honestly, yeah.
one scene.
Yeah, one scene where it's like, yeah, Scrappy, that guy.
Puppy
He's like, he said puppy power. And then Velma does do the lore drop of being like, he's not even a puppy.
He just has a
He is a gland
issue.
disorder. Which is funny because it's like, I think Scrappy is older than Scooby,
Which is crazy to think
like
about.
lore wise.
But lore, like in the extended lore of Scooby-Doo? Or does...
As a whole. I don't think it's mentioned in this. Like,
Oh.
as a whole.
I always thought he was like the
A researcher.
Donald Duck with DuckTales, like how like Scrappy came and stayed with Scooby.
Or I think
Over
Scrappy is Scooby's uncle. I know Scoobert's mom's name is Ruby.
Scooby is his uncle, yeah.
Scooby is his uncle.
Well, don't you
Okay.
feel fucking silly?
No, I like being proven wrong because I'm open-minded, Tucker.
Scrappy is not older than Scooby. Scooby and Shaggy were there at Scrappy's birth.
Baby Scrappy.
Oh.
The cartoon version loves Scrappy.
That's
and
true.
John
Scrappy
just
was
hated Scrappy,
Yeah.
which is why that we as a culture also hate Scrappy.
Yeah.
That's
found
fair.
dead in Miami.
I really like the idea of like a haunted mansion movie combined with Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Done really well.
Ugh.
But the thing about this this ride that never opened is that everything is so fucking dangerous. Like
Why are there swords sticking out of the wall, Mama?
There's
Mama,
so many
a sword.
blades, so many swords.
Blades, yeah. There's just like the part where it's just axes swinging across
Yeah.
to it's like if the ride halts for a second, you're coming out with double the people that were in there to start with because you're getting cut in half.
Is Spooky Island mentioned in Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed?
Don't believe so.
Okay.
I don't
So it'd be
think
interesting if it stayed open after this.
I think it did because I mean the end of the movie, Mr. Motivator, he goes back to
Being
being
Disney
the
World.
guy because like the credit scene is Shaggy and Scooby enjoying some hot peppers
See,
at the restaurant of the Spooky Island.
that as a woke person, that bothers me.
They should shut that
As a
place
woke
down.
person,
Shut that down.
yeah, it's what's the Schlitterbahn? I was at Schlitterbahn a week before somebody died. And they closed it down for maybe 2 weeks. And then they popped that ish back open.
Yeah. Well,
You remind me of a man.
What, man?
A man with a power.
What power?
Power of voodoo.
Who do?
Voodoo?
You do.
Do what?
I mean, the soundtrack for this movie
yes. Very good.
is crazy.
Incredible.
And I think like one of my favorite songs from a movie is from this movie.
Yeah.
And it is Bump in the Night by the All Stars. The creatures are like chasing them, like
Yeah.
Shaggy and Bubba. That's
it's
a
where they're
good song.
loving being a team. Like, there's also an original Outkast song in this movie,
Which is, it's like, was it Shaggy? Where are you?
it's something like that.
Oh, it's the one that's like in the land of
That's
A
the-
million drums, there is always something going on.
That's the Outkast song.
That's Outcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
good.
title of
And then we got Man with a Hex,
Man with a
which is just an
Hex.
awesome song.
Amazing. We have Sugar Gay.
And we got Sugar Gay, which fun.
Please don't leave me
Hanging on and on. It's good. It's the soundtrack, like truly mind-bogglingly
It's
good.
really good. I'm excited to hear what you think your addition to the soundtrack would be
Oh yeah.
in a little bit.
Yeah.
So, okay, where are we at with this plot?
Okay, so we did the Scrappy
scary- yeah,
flashback.
scary-
Scooby says that there's monsters. Fred is like, there's absolutely, positively no such thing as crash noise. Monsters! Everybody sees the monsters now. They're running amok. Fred gets snapped up. That's where they call the Coast Guard. And the Coast Guard's like, our friends are stuck on the
friends.
island.
Your friends were kidnapped.
Cannot do anything.
It's daytime. That's where we get the sugar ray scene. They're
Yep.
trying to like get the gang like reassembled, but Fred is possessed, and that's where he goes, "Get the dog."
He also says bitch.
Does he?
Does he?
As Scooby is like walking up, I didn't know, so I was like watching it one time with captions, because he's like, and the biatch was all like, what? And I was like, later on. And he was doing all that, but he says biatch.
I love when he
It's
goes,
true.
"What's up, dog?" And
The
dog.
It's so
Really
good. Freddie Prinze
Great.
Jr., my love.
So we get the big chase scene from there because Fred and all the goons are going after them. That's where they hide in the shed, and Scooby's like, "Rikes, Raggy, Rikes!" And he goes, "I know, Scoob. Yeah,
This
Right.
is bad situation.
No,
No.
not Rikes, Rikes!" And it's bikes. That's fucking genius.
That's
Great.
awesome.
And this scene is genuinely impressive. Like
It's like like when they're the four wheelers, and then there's a guy hanging on to the tail of one of them, like being dragged around.
dragged.
Like it's a good sequence. And then you get the arrest.
Yes, 'cause that's
Very rain or
you're scary.
I cannot do
And
Yeah.
then I like it. It's like no, Scooby Doo, your
Oh.
mom eats cat poop.
Okay, wait. How do you feel about Scooby Doo barking like a real dog?
Oh, that's
I like it. I
It's
like it.
scary.
He's still a dog, but yeah, it's like when he like starts genuinely barking, like
yeah.
that's a dog.
But it doesn't. I don't feel like it matches his voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to where
Like-
it's like on the plane when he like sees the cat and he's
Yeah.
just like,
Let's pitch it up a little bit.
give it a more cartoon.
Give it more cartoon.
The real big thing that happens after this is we learn that there's a plot to like steal everyone on the island's souls. Sorry, they're protoplasms. It's like really weird, like special effects. There's a bowl of souls.
Protoplasm.
Also, this is like kind of jumping to the end, but so they want Scooby-Doo because he's a pure soul.
Which is so funny that
really
he's the
fucked
only
up.
pure soul on this island.
And they do say pure of soul. And you see Scooby-Doo lifeless in a chair because they take his soul out, and he
It's
just
so
like slumps
sad.
over.
It's so sad. I remember
Oh,
being a kid.
sacrifice.
Oh,
And-
Rocco Rice, Raggy.
Yeah, Rogie, I'm a sacrifice. That's not good, Scoop.
Oh my gosh.
It's good. I like the part where Shaggy first finds the vat of protoplasms, and he's like searching, and then he finds just a random guy, picks him up, and then the guy's like, "Thank you so much for helping me, thank you." And then Shaggy could have just let him go, but he's like, "Sorry, I'm looking for my friends." And puts him back down.
He could have taken that whole bowl and tipped
He
it
could have
over.
like
He could have ended the whole
it
plot.
really ended the whole thing.
Yeah,
And he's like,
but-
"Sorry, I'm looking for my friends."
but he's not that smart.
But he's just looking for his friends.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where we get the best sequence of this film, in my opinion. The body
switcheroo.
switching. Which
Oh.
at watching this with Tucker, I was like, I thought this was the whole movie. I genuinely thought this was going to be the whole movie. Was them swapping bodies and doing the Freaky Friday thing. And I was surprised that it was only 5 minutes.
It truly was a short sequence because it's
so
like they only
short.
switch, like whenever they're all together, they only switch like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome though. I like how, because it's like, as a cast, obviously Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle, they were already dating.
Yes.
Which is like one of the reasons I think they were chosen for this movie. But then you get the other characters just acting. I love whenever Freddie is like, when Daphne is in Fred's body, and he just like has the clutch and is like, he's touching my body, like stuff like that, just being that. And then whenever he changes back, he's like has the clutch and he just like looks at it, be like, he kind of says, he's like, I'm holding a clutch kind of thing. But Freddie knows how to accessorize. That's all I'll say.
I wonder if this whole entire sequence was longer in the PG-13 cut, because there's so much more that you could do with this. And just if you were able to be a little bit more sexual.
I get to look at myself naked.
And then that ended up being, I think we looked this up the other day, it ended up being a longer line too that they cut in half. It was like, I can look at myself naked. I can feel myself naked, or something like that.
I finally give in to my deepest, darkest desires.
Yes.
I think the line that they cut out of that scene was
damn.
Like, yeah, no
Good,
shit.
honestly.
No shit, you cut that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You don't want to think about Fred from Scooby-Doo having deep, dark desires about a fellow member of the Mystery Incorporated. Those are some pals.
Those are your friends.
Yeah.
That's a dog.
There's a dog. He's a part
There's
of
a dog involved.
Speaking of the dog, let's jump to the Racker Rice.
The Rocker Rockers.
I think that this movie has a lack of sense of place, despite it being so full of like iconic places.
I'm sorry, you're not. I didn't just hear you critique Scooby-Doo, did I?
I'm so sorry. Let me just
Robert,
let me just finish this real quickly. I don't know where they are. Like
okay.
it's confusing. Like we are in so many different locations and I don't know where they are on this island. And I think if they had like established a little bit more about like, this is the layout of the island, like
be like,
being
yeah,
shown.
because also mentioning the bikes.
Yeah.
Why
Where?
did they just have those? It's like, because they're like themed bikes. They're not like for like the
Right.
maintenance staff to get around or anything. It's like they're there. And then, yeah, the area that they end up going to has a trap hole for for Scooby to fall into.
Exactly.
And he falls into it. And then, yeah, there's the caverns underneath. But above the caverns, because we see when Daphne is doing her thing of like opening the shutters and like fighting Zarkos, the wrestler, and because it's like, why is that there?
No idea.
Why is that there?
It's Indiana Jones, which I think you mentioned.
Oh yeah. The whole Souls plot reminds me of Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then like the trying to release of it.
But it really devolves into madness during this last. Like I think I made a comment like it feels a little bit more like a decom at the end of this movie than it does like an actual like blockbuster.
Yeah, it's truly like, it's not that it's rushed or anything. It's just the plot points that they are hitting at the end is very, because it's like, oh, we're gonna come together, be a team. You're gonna bring the disco ball out, and we're gonna talk like.
And then Shaggy messes up like clipping one lanyard, and everything goes to shit.
Everything.
It's like you should have double checked. You sent Shaggy to do that? Hey guys, learn from your mistakes.
Maybe don't send Shaggy.
Maybe
to do
learn from your
crazies.
mistakes.
Yeah. It'd be crazy to not mention that Shaggy sucks in like 1,000 souls.
I was like, what?
Oh, God, you can't say suck around a gay man.
Oh Jesus.
Scrappy sucks in like 1,000 of the lost souls and grows like to like kaiju size. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. And I hate him. He looks horrible. He looks disgusting.
I like whenever the souls are getting taken out and he's like shrunk, and then
His head is still big and his body is shrunk down to size.
Elden Ring reference. There's some creatures that look like that in Caelid.
Mm.
That is like, they are like big dog heads, and they look like Scrappy-Doo. I hated the booger scene.
Yeah.
I remember even being a kid and being like,
Ugh.
icky. I hate it. It's like a trope in movies when we were like growing up is the gross factor of like boogers and slime and vomit and like stuff like that. in
Burping,
movies.
farting.
Not a fan.
So it's like, even as a kid, I was like,
Mm-mm.
why is it ew? I don't like that.
Why is it ew?
And then if
'Cause
you're
it's ew, Tucker.
and then you had friends who did laugh at that and you're like, Why do you think that's funny?
No,
Like,
that's stinky.
gross.
Yeah, that's basically
That's
the movie,
basically it, right?
Yeah, they get back together, and then there's a good moment where
they're gonna go hunt another mystery.
where they get told about
So
a mystery in London. Or they're going international.
yeah, there's like a goopy guy that they need to go check out who might be in the second movie.
Goopy. And that's
That's
Scooby-Doo 2002.
Ruby, Roo.
Ruby Roo. What would you double feature this film with?
So mine, there's a middle piece to my double feature. It's like a 15-minute middle piece.
Oh.
And everybody knows how much I love Scooby-Doo. No, I love this piece. It's the Scooby-Doo project tying into the Blair Witch Project.
Oh.
So this is a crazy tie-in. But in like 1999 or like 2000, after the Blair Witch came out, on Cartoon Network, there was this thing that aired in between some episodes called the Scooby-Doo Project. And it was a parody of the Blair Witch Project with this. It actually looks so crazy because it's like cartoon, the characters in like semi-realistic backgrounds. And so it's the Scooby Gang dealing with the Blair Witch, and like they outside their tent there's like stacks of Scooby snacks like laid around, and then there is this scene like at the end where Shaggy is standing against a wall.
This reminds me of the creepypasta Squidward Suicide.
Literally, it's like the same vibe because I remember as a kid like watching that, and like because they would play it like not like every Halloween, but it would be like intercut sometimes.
Wait, this was a real thing.
This was put on
This is
Cartoon Network,
yeah.
and it's like it is like a little creepy. Like they get chased, and it's like a little on the nose sometimes. Where Velma, like during the chasing with Neo Classic, they go into a door, they're getting chased through another door. Then they go, one person goes out this door, the monster comes in the other door, like stuff like that. There's a part where Velma, because like Velma, I think is one with a camera. During this, they pass around the camera. It is handheld. And she's like, I don't want to go through the doors. And so she just like films like everybody running through the doors. It's really interesting, but I want that to play into Blair Witch Project.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's like, that's the one to where I was like, that's funny. And that's me being able to talk about the Scooby-Doo project.
Definitely.
So
And
would
then,
you
like-
double feature Blair Witch Project, but you have to play Scooby-Doo?
You would have
Project
to
in
play
the
that,
middle?
or like it like an actual like if you want the same vibes. I honestly think like 2001 kids movies like Spy Kids.
Oh,
Mhm.
I
okay.
think would
That's a
be
good one.
interesting because it's or Spy Kids
One or
2
two
because it's also an
Islands
island.
of Lost Dreams.
And so it's like you get that, but you also get the working together and like there's a mystery of like who done it kind of thing. Or like Adam's Family Values was also one
gonna
I was
say
like I
Addams
think would
Family
be
a pretty great one.
would be a good one too. Like if you still want those spooky but funny vibes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blair Witch Project.
Damn, that's a great choice.
Incredible. Tucker?
I'm gonna go with the 2011 The Muppets.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know, just like slightly raunchy children's movie.
Yeah. I love that.
That's it.
Somebody green. Shaggy wears green. Kermit did green.
Oh, I was like, who the fuck is green?
Who's green? I'm like, yeah, Scooby's green.
Ralph the dog, Scooby-Doo the dog.
What's the dog doing?
What that dog
What did I do? I'm going to do Night at the Museum 2 Battle of the Smithsonian.
Oh,
Ooh.
specific.
Specific. I think that film is just a fun,
It's-
like
The
chase.
Joe Bros are in that.
Yeah, they are. What is a needle drop that you want to see in this film?
I think this movie needs more Smash Mouth.
Hell yeah.
I think, like, obviously not like All Star. So I think
Right.
because it's like that's overplayed, but something along like that. I need a like ska hit. I need like something like Bowling for Soup.
Okay.
Something like that in there to where it's like really give you a sign of the times.
I was gonna say some of that like early 2000s swing revival, like Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Ooh.
Hey, y'all ever heard of Cherry Poppin' Daddies? It's quite a band title.
I want to hear Angel, a Shaggy.
Yeah, get more Shaggy.
Get more Shaggy in this.
It fits.
That song's just
You
been in my
know-
heart.
Cause Shaggy.
Cause Shaggy.
Macee, thank you so much for sharing Scooby-Doo 2002 with us and bringing it back into our minds, our hearts.
And God let it stay there. There's too much to go into, but in high school I did write a Scooby-Doozical. I love Scooby-Doo. And then there was a Scooby-Doozical the next year for a project.
Oh, I remember this.
We are offlining about this because I need to know more.
It's actually crazy and dare I say, well written.
Yeah.
Incredible. Macee, we love you.
I love you guys.
And we love films.
Yes.
And I love movies.
And we love movies.
I love movies. I love films.
Love it.
Cinema.
We'll be back with another episode of Reel It In Fishing for Favorites in a couple weeks.